already went through, but we'll briefly touch it. So this week is a big week. It's CPI. Good thing is CPI is usually before market open, which is on Tuesday. Typically, a day before CPI has been a consolidation day. Federal budget is at 2 p.m. on Monday. Let me check my. Is this high impact? I don't think federal budget usually is high impact, but typically day before CPI is a consolidation day, right? So if it is a consolidation day, if we go with historical information, we may get something like before the move up, we may get something like a pullback here, right? Before it starts to go up again. I'm just guessing this may happen if we get some consolidation, right? That means we're gonna be stuck in between 4,300 and 1015 for a few hours before we actually go up. But that's if SPX decides to consolidate. But we know who decides it. The decision is going to be made from NASDAQ. So only thing going against, let's first look at weekly, what's going on. Is it the same situation? Gonna hide the EMA, we're well above the EMA, I don't need to see that anymore. Okay. So looking at historical levels, we first came above this lower high. Okay. That was on Monday, May 15th, so about 2 weeks ago. And then last week we bounced above it, right? So if we do a weekly chart analysis from the top here, we have a lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And then this is the next one, which is at about, the top range is at 15,241 and the bottom range is around here. So if Nasdaq was to pull back from a weekly standpoint, it needs to hold it's a massive zone, so I need to, it's probably like 100-point zone here, 14,355. Yeah, I don't like that. So if we get a pullback, well, it is what it is, so let me just put that there. So first of all, if we do get a pullback in Nasdaq, we need to hold this. Right? This doesn't mean I'm suggesting there's gonna be a pullback, but okay, let's see what's going on here on the daily. So even in from last year February to March, we came up twice above this 14,300 level and we rejected here. That means this has got to be a pretty strong level on Nasdaq. So we have room up to here, and what's going on in the middle over here? We have a bounce here, yes, a couple of times, and rejections. 14,640 seems like the next level on Nasdaq. Couple of, but it's all historical though, but still we will mark it so that we know. All right, and then we have some bounces and rejections at this area. Okay, so that's enough for daily, I think. So how many points does that give us? 14,580. Fuck, if it moves too fast this week, I think we should have all levels ready. So there is a small, I like this level better. And then there is one more here. Bounces. Yeah, there are bounces here. And rejections. So look at the top over here. See how Nasdaq formed the top? We're on a daily chart right now. Wick, lower high, double top, and then it tries to go above here, and then we have a rejection. Okay, and now look over here. Look over here now. Doji, same size candle, bearish move into the demand area, buying resumes. Strong rejection on Friday as well, and this is just today. This is like not much data here, right? So Nasdaq, we need to get above. We need to close above 14,600. A daily close minimum. That will tell us that we're gonna continue going up. Okay. So I have some zones on Nasdaq now. Okay, I also want to look at a clean picture of Nasdaq in a daily, weekly, yeah, daily, and I need to get rid of this RSI. Okay. The reason I'm doing that is because there's a strong base here, which is a cup, right? So are we gonna get a handle? Yeah, I think we're gonna get a handle here. Yeah. This is a very minor pullback. I don't think so. I think we're really bullish as long as we stay above 14,200, because there's a void to fill here. And then for continuation, we need to get above 14,670. Okay. Okay, let's do some stocks now. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm just basically, I do this every Sunday. I want to go through some charts, so I'm ready for tomorrow. I know what to expect. If you want me to cover anything, just stop me at some point. This is this is the clean SPX. Okay, let's stick to stocks now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do Apple first. Okay, let's do Microsoft first because Benji asked for it. I was just gonna do Apple. Okay, so Microsoft has a pretty similar chart to Nasdaq in terms of the recent, in terms of the coming up last high, right? So we had a high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We closed above here, and then since we've been making highs, I think we're gonna, of course we need to test this, and then the high is at 349.21. This is at 344.65. We rejected off here, so let's put a line here too. So tomorrow, if market is bullish, or this week sometime after CPI data on Tuesday, We need to get above 338.20 on Microsoft. um, I see a strong zone here. Let's put a zone here. And I see another one, strong one here. If the market is bullish, we're never gonna go that deep down. But so Benji, it makes sense for Microsoft to actually get above, test these highs from last year, or is it from this year? Yeah, last 2021, and maybe it's gonna do this. Right? And then we might get like a small correction here. So let's say we do get some sort of a pullback this week, right? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if we're gonna get a pullback, so this is all hypothetical. If we don't get a pullback, I expect it to test 344.90, and then that would be the test of it. Is it gonna do a consolidation, or do we just like break through, right? But yeah, that would be the plan on Microsoft from a weekly standpoint. But it looks like what's happening on daily. Okay, let's look at Apple. So Apple already, I have I thought I had a chart on Apple with fib levels on it. Is it here? What's happening with my charts? Oh, it's here. So I drew that. So see how what we just went through on Microsoft, right? We did the same thing on Apple. I think I did it about a week or 2 weeks ago, and I posted it in our Discord charts channel. So if you notice how strong of a base this is, right? And if Apple now closes above here, which it tried to last week, I think we still need something like, so we're right. My target on Apple is 220, 219.30. We're gonna hit historical highs on Apple. But before doing that, let's analyze it from so if you notice since March, it has been going up in this channel. If I redraw the channel, just connecting these two, it doesn't actually make sense. It's better to actually have it the way I had it before, because I get more points into that. So if we notice now, every time Apple comes up, trend line, it rejects and it goes up again, and so on, right? And now it has made this trend line into its, I mean, it tried to make it into a support, came back down. It's testing this fib level now. This strong black line is let me double check. Is it the fib level? No, it's not. What's that big black line? It's just a line. Let's delete that. Oh, it's the reason I had it there was because it's a support from here. Okay, going back into 4 hours. Um, okay, so if Apple holds this 180 90ish, let's call it 181 to be sure, I would be bullish again tomorrow on this. So on Apple to just hold here. I'm in extended hours right now. This seems like a strong level for Apple actually, 181. Okay. Sure, Avery, I'll go after Tesla too. Let's go deep into Apple. What's going on? Lower high. From that, and then higher high from here. I'm gonna ignore this pre-market data. This doesn't even matter. But tomorrow, it doesn't make sense. What does make sense though is the base. So this makes sense, right? So we try to get above trend line. We try to get above this fib level here. I'm on 1 hour chart right now. We rejected from something. I guess people started taking profits. We came back down. We formed a strong base. And I think 181 is the sand in the line, line in the sand. Sorry, yeah, line in the sand, not sand in the line. Haha. But we need to get above. Okay, yeah, we need to stay above 181. Apple's been really strong, really strong. This is a strong base. How does it look on 4 hour? Yeah, you know. See, I tried to close above 181 on Friday, wasn't able to. There's huge ass wicks at the top, right? So it needs to get above that, or we're gonna go back to the trend line again, which is this might be. So this is 176. Let's put a zone here so we remember this. I don't forget. I like this zone. So that would be how many points? That's not bad actually. Yeah, let's just put it here. And then there's one here too. It's not a zone, but a line here. And yeah, that's good. I think we have a good plan on Apple actually. I might even trade this tomorrow. Okay, let's switch to Tesla. So if you notice, I shared this, I don't know how many days or weeks ago. This is my fib extensions on Tesla. We rejected exactly from the fib extension. Yeah, there was an event, Mo, but yeah, but Nasdaq also corrected as well, Mo 7. So everything. Oh, from what I remember now, actually, Apple brought Nasdaq down and the whole market down on Thursday. Whenever I was trading Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, Tesla. So I shared this chart with you guys on, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks ago, and I actually gave you guys a target from 230 to 240. Apple was around here, and this was the reason I gave you the target, because I know my fib extensions when they start to work, right? I only use these fib extensions in bull markets. I don't use them in ranging markets. As you can see, look at this range of Tesla in the middle. Like, what the fuck happened there? Um, and I've been trading Tesla along with SPX for at least 10 years. Um, not exactly 10, but that range, 7 to 10 years. I don't remember exactly when I started, but you can call it 7 to 10 years. One second. Let's double check. Yeah, like 2013, 2014, this time. Because I used to be in the office in those days, and my coworkers used to trade it. And this is what I learned on Tesla. I'm gonna show you. It always consolidates before it goes up. I'm gonna draw some boxes on for you guys. So, for example, I know old charts do that, but Tesla, yeah, Tesla always does this, and it does it for weeks and months actually. Or a bigger one. See Tesla consolidations? That's how it does it every single time. So when I gave the 230, 240 target, I saw this box. And then it tested the fib level, and then boom. I think it was in 190s or 180s when I told you guys. I think it's gonna go 230, 240. I didn't throw a random number out there. I just saw this 250 level, and I was just being conservative that it may reject like 10 points below it or something. But yeah, anyways, from do these points connect? No, they don't. Do these points connect? They don't. Okay, let's go daily. So the question is whether Tesla's gonna continue. In my opinion, there is still a gap above. Oh yeah, fucking trading view. Inside, is it gonna show inside? Because I want to see it on. I see it tomorrow. It's not gonna show it to me. Okay, top, bottom. Fucking left moves it to the right. What the fuck's wrong with trading view, man? Anyways, coming back to analysis. So Tesla is rejecting from the fib level. It has a gap to fill towards the bottom as well. So again, same thing. We're gonna have to see what the market wants to do tomorrow. Is it gonna do a gap fill first? Is there gonna be a correction in the market, right? If there is, then we will take it to this gap, right? If there isn't a correction, we need to get above 253.60 and straight into this gap. So if we go into 1 hour now, let me hide the extended hours for a bit. It does look like, so if Tesla gets below here, we might get a small baby correction before it goes up again. Just for the record, Tesla has been going up since early May. Or if this was a sideways, like straight up from May 17th, right? Yeah, no worries, Carmen. But yeah, I think Tesla might want to fill this gap. If we get a correction in Nasdaq tomorrow, just how we were discussing before. If we don't get a correction if we don't get a correction, I want to trade it above 180, 253, 30-ish approximately. And then, sorry, 180 was Apple, my bad. Okay. So let's check one thing. When this I want the other one. So for this wave, we first came up to approximately 50%, went sideways, tested the 786%, just above it, and now we're at just below 236%. Okay. And if we do the other way around, in terms of fib extensions, do I have a setup? Just putting the magnet on. This is good. So if we go by this fib extension, we are saying 290. Okay. So if we do get a pullback, a small pullback, and oh wow, I just saw something. Oh. Let's put another line here. So even if we do get a pullback on Tesla, as long as we hold this 234 area, which coincides with this old supply, which is going to become demand now, hopefully. So if we hold that, there is a gap to fill, and right above the gap, which coincides with previous supply, and on stocks these supplies matter, is the 618% of the recent move that happened. Okay. Again, people use these fib levels for corrections. I use them in two ways. I do use them for corrections, which is what I showed earlier. For example, for this wave here, this wave, I showed you a correction, as in if this is a bearish impulse, then what's happening here, right? But I also use fib levels for extensions, fib extensions, basically. What's my next level at, right? Typically, I only use them in bull markets though, yeah. So looks like Tesla has a lot of room to go above this 250-ish area, 250, 255. We'll see what happens at this gap. Above that, sky's the limit, which is what, 400 approximately, right? But if you look at Apple and Microsoft, they're actually already testing their highs. Apple already did all-time high already. Microsoft is just about to do it. It's in a small correction here. I remember from during COVID times in after March 2020, when actually in this summer when market actually started to go up, everyone had doubts, similar doubts that actually we can load it up. So this is the COVID correction, right? and we'll go daily. So this is your COVID correction on Microsoft. So every time price, let me just hide volume. So every time price actually went up, people were in disbelief all the time with all these waves. Every time they were like, oh, we think it's gonna get rejected. It's gonna get rejected at this lower high, and then finally when market made all-time highs, look what the fuck happened after that. See that? So my point is, once we get above here and we close above this level on Microsoft 345, in my opinion, sky's the limit. Same thing on Apple. Apple's like sort of rejecting at this level, so I'm not sure if it's going to take a day or a few days or a few weeks to get above it. I'm not sure of that. I can't predict that. We also have CPI this week, so US Fed, and even I'm in Canada, so Bank of Canada, the data they've been getting, I think the last month's data was, it actually ticked up, right? But I follow this guy or this company, Trueflation, and what will be the official? So that's just like guesswork. But 1 second, I haven't joined their official plan yet, but this is what they're thinking is what true inflation is looking like. So, and this is the number market makers are looking at, the hedge funds are looking at. Retail traders don't know this. We're following what's the US Fed tells us, right? But this is just one organization which is saying that this might be the real inflation data, right? Because one of the things that US government does wrong is the real estate data, they look at 12 months old, right? For example, if they want to release inflation report Tuesday, they're going to go today minus 12 months, right? And if you've noticed, commodities and services, commodities mostly, and energy has come down in pricing, and real estate has corrected, right? So it's supposed to be lower. So I don't know what they're gonna come out with on Tuesday, but if it's an uptick, yeah, might not be good, right? So in my opinion, we might get some consolidation tomorrow because of CPI. People might hold money, but you never know. You never know with market makers. If they already know what the data is gonna be, they'll stop buying, right? And as long as we're holding, as I showed you on, I'm just gonna do a repeat of this because we weren't recording before. Just one last thing. So people, before recording started, I was showing this. So this is a very strong daily level on SPX. Even weekly it shows up, I think, yeah, on weekly. So there's 4280, 4300 range. It's a historical level from June 2021. We bounced from it many times. We rejected from it a few times, and now we're above it. So based on CPI data, if we stay above it, in my opinion, sky is the limit. But of course, we're gonna have steps, which is 4500, 4640, and then the all-time high. As long as we stay above here, but we may get some consolidation this week, May. Anyways, yeah, that's the plan. So I think after CPI data on Tuesday, market open, it'll be a lot of fun trading. Okay, I think I have covered Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, SPX and Nasdaq. Is there anything else? Anything else you guys wanted me to cover? I have a Bitcoin chart that I was playing with earlier. Where is that? Yeah, here. Same thing here, guys. Okay, now you guys see it? You guys see what I see now? Crypto lovers, we have a strong base, we have top of the cup, right? And then what's happening after that? A consolidation or correction, right? And this is what? A descending wedge. So if we hold 25,000 on Bitcoin, what's going to happen? Let's say we do this. Pretty methodical, right? The way I'm going about this. You guys see how I do these things? Just follow the... And all I'm doing is, you see these points that I'm making, all I'm doing is I'm looking at previous supply levels. There's no magic to this. Just previous supply levels. So if we get above this, we have a long way to go then. So in my opinion, if Bitcoin holds approximately 25,000, which has a strong base, we're above the cup, we have a descending wedge, it's probably above the EMA's bullshit. So let me put that on. Okay, it's actually below it. Right. So we might get, if we get a bounce here, which is gonna get above the EMA. I'm not sure if we're gonna get like this rejection depending on market, but if we hold 25,000 on Bitcoin, bro, this is going up, and it's gonna test this supply. It's gonna test this supply over here. So if you look at Tesla chart, I used to correlate Tesla and Bitcoin a lot back in the day. Nasdaq and Bitcoin or Tesla. So what happens when price comes out of these boxes, right? Every time, just see it. What happens when price comes out of these boxes? What happened when price came out of this box? Right? And then, is there any boxes here? Yeah, there's one. Yeah. I'm on a live call, it's recording. Okay guys, I think we're good for today. We went over a few things. So tomorrow, I just wanted to check SPX right now. What is it doing right now? Okay.